Hello, Simpson University. Mr. Brown here. Thank you so much for a great time in chapel. I had a great time. I hope you got something out of it. I appreciate the interaction. And first of all, let me say thank you to Kevin, Benny, for allowing me to come and inviting me to come. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for lunch too, but I must say I was kind of disappointed because they didn't have regular French fries. They had curly fries and all, but I like those regular French fries. One thing I like in the cafeteria, I mean, some other things too, but them French fries, they be on point. But it was probably from the Lord because I didn't need the French fries. But thanks for lunch. Thanks for inviting me. And I just want to say I'm sorry I had to finish so quickly. I really did want to share my family because I really do enjoy sharing my family. It's one way I connect with audiences because I do love I love my wife. She's amazing. As I mentioned before, she does so much for the ministry. And pretty soon she'll be joining me on this microphone while I'm on this microphone. And we're going to do our podcast together. I've done podcasts in the past, but she'll be joining me on the podcast. I'm looking forward to that. She has a lot of insight. The truth is she's smarter than me, which I'm okay with admitting because that makes me look good. The girl got it going on. But that makes me look good because I'm married to Jim, y'all. I got the masterpieces I mentioned. Now stop looking for a copy. When I speak, I like a little interaction, so thank you all who said, oh yeah, when I said choose well. And always remember that the choices are the puzzle pieces of life, so it's so important to choose well. You can say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I want to say thank you to all of you who had great conversations afterwards. The message was very simple. The gospel changes everything, and it does. And the idea of race is one that we really have to struggle with because of the climate we live in today. And so I really believe that, yes, race is an issue we must deal with and must talk about. And I know a half-hour sermon or message does not cover everything. There's no way I could. However, I think we have to come away with this point, that Christ is preeminent in all things. I didn't get a chance to talk about that verse in Colossians, that Christ comes first, that I'm hidden in Christ and Christ is in God, that my new identity is based on who he is and who he's made me in him. And I see everything else from that vantage point. It's kind of like my glasses. If I didn't have these glasses on and then have my contacts in, I couldn't see a thing. But when I put these on, I can see very clearly. And I think Peter said something about being nearsighted and farsighted, something like that. We don't see things clearly. But the gospel changes even my vision, what I see in the world, how I see things. And I pray that does the same thing for you. And as I ended our time together, I asked you the question, will you let the gospel change everything in your life? Will you let the gospel change you? And that could be for some of you, trusting Christ as your Savior for the first time. I know everybody in chapel is not a Christian. Some of you are seeking. Some of you have doubts. Hey, bring those doubts. Bring the doubts, because I think God has an answer to those doubts. But some of you have trusted Christ, but you aren't living and applying or finding your identity in him. You're finding your identity in other stuff, what you do, what you accomplish, how you look. And I really appreciate the fact that y'all said our kids are cute. And I agree with you. My kids are cute. It was funny hearing y'all say, oh, they are cute. I mean, look at their daddy. No. You should look at their mama. But our kids are cute. But more importantly than their outward appearance, we're working on their heart. And we want them to know Christ. And we want them to grow in that faith and that love relationship, understanding that God made them in his image. And when they accept Christ, that image becomes redeemed. And it will one day be restored to its full purpose. Thank you guys again, and I pray that you will allow the gospel message to change everything in your life, that Christ is preeminent in all things, that our new identity is in him first. Now I'm going to leave you with a couple pictures that I was going to show you of my kids. I showed you one picture of my wife, the one in the airport, and there's a whole story behind that. You can check out my YouTube channel. The short of it is I followed her. I was picking her up at the airport. I was going to vlog. I was vlogging that day, and I was going to just have the camera home. She got off the tram, but she never saw me. So I just started following her with the camera, and I got right behind her all the way outside. She was a good sport about it, but she did not see me at all, and I got it all on videotape. You can check that out on my YouTube channel. I have two YouTube channels. One is Proclaim Ministries. We do a lot of Bible teaching on that one, and the other is Mr. Brown. And on that one, we do just life, fun stuff. And you'll see a lot of pictures of my beautiful, awesome, wonderful kids, because they're not afraid of the camera either. Matter of fact, there's a video where Sophia's in the studio, Evan's in the studio, but go ahead and check that out. And if you got any questions, you want to continue the dialogue that we started about the gospel change and everything, or you got a different opinion, I would love to talk about it. Let's continue the conversation, because we want to sharpen each other as we all choose to follow Christ. Now, this video is longer than I planned on it being, but thanks for watching this long, and check out the YouTube. Send me a message. I'd love to talk to you. And whatever you do, remember, choices matter, so choose well. Oh, yeah. And the gospel changes everything. Everything. The gospel changes everything. Don't forget that either.